And bringing up our next topic would be our favorite game each. Now, this one should be a little bit more easy to tackle. Joseph, let's start with you again. Over your appointments that you had individually or just what you saw in general, what was your favorite game shown off at E3?
My favorite game shown off at E3? I'm trying to think about that. You got to put me on the spot like that.
Well, I have a lot more. I have one two I really want to talk about,
Well,
so we can come back to you.
Yeah, come back to me. I need to think about this.
So I absolutely am in love with Starlink, Battle for Atlas, and Skull and Bones. Those games for me stole the show. You may notice that my voice is a little hoarse. That's because I was yelling so much during my private demo with Skull and Bones. I am going to be doing a whole video dedicated to that, so stay tuned for that. But you don't want to sleep on the information coming out in the next few months about Skull and Bones because they are just an incredible team. I spoke with the devs for about 15 minutes after the demo just to get more insight on what the game's all about, and they had a lot to offer. But also Starlink Battle for Atlas. I know we all were excited for the Star Fox announcement, and that was incredible. If you've been following the channel for some time now, you know that I am a hardcore Star Fox fan. I don't think I let a single live stream go by where I don't talk about Star Fox. Any opportunity, it's either him or Banjo, really. Star Fox or Banjo, I'm always talking about those two games, and that's kind of why I wanted to talk about Banjo earlier in the Smash video. But overall, those are my two favorite games. Joseph, do you have one prepared for me now?
I mean, I looked at Dying Light 2 for one. I wouldn't say it's my favorite, but I saw a hands-off screening of, well, also I saw another hands-off screening of another game. I saw a lot of hands-off demos, except for freaking Cyberpunk. But, like, you're going to talk about that in a second, Conrad. But
Speaking of...
No, let me talk. This is my time. You'll have yours. Dying Light 2, I really love Dying Light 1. There's a really fantastically original zombie game with such an overabundance of zombie games. But, like, this incorporates parkour. It's more about... And this Dying Light 2 looks to be more about story building. They're getting like some of the best creative narrative designers in the industry to work on it.
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
there seems to be less zombies in the day, like way less zombies. You're only ever going to find them in dark places, unlike in the first game.
Makes you wonder what the thematic reasoning for that is. If there's like a story like, they're just going away, like we're ending the Near the Apocalypse.
No.
They're all hiding in the dark. That's the
it's
thing.
true.
No,
That's true.
the problem is in the first game, Dying Light 1, there was no apocalypse. You were in a small, like, secluded area.
Interesting.
It was
Okay.
quarantined.
Right, because I haven't played,
Yeah.
for the listeners at home, I haven't played the first Dying Light.
Dying
so
Light
Joey's explained the whole
2,
thing to me.
The virus broke out. Now,
okay.
now it's messed up. It's been
Uh-oh.
15 years since the virus broke out.
2 is changing the vibe, the narrative as well, where it's going to be like, oh, hey, if you go and take this mission, you have 2 different options of how to progress with it. You could either side with somebody, or you could decide to kill or not to kill somebody, and that will affect the game. That's such a good dynamic that you don't really see in these games. A lot of people are trying to like use that in their games, but they always use it wrong. So I'm really interested to see what they're gonna do with it. You know.
And another game I was really impressed with was Control.
Oh, yeah.
Which is from Remedy Entertainment, the people who made Max Payne, Alan Wake, Quantum Break, and this is going to be their like first big multi-platform game in like 8 years. Because their last 2 games were Xbox exclusive. And this one is a Metroidvania, so you already have me hooked there. It's going to be heavily story-based because, you know, Remedy's just all about their ridiculous stories. It looks super trippy, and I saw that hands-off demo, and I'm just like, yes, please, I want this in my body.
Yeah.
But one game, if I would have seen it, if I saw that hands-off demo of Cyberpunk 2077, that probably would have been my game of the show. But Conrad, please make me jealous.
Yeah.
Tell us all
Moving on
about
to
Cyberpunk.
Conrad's favorite game.
Okay, I have actually 2 favorite
Okay,
games
go ahead.
of the show, and I also posted this on Twitter. Because my 2 favorite games are Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. Super Smash Bros. Ultimate is, in many ways, everything we wanted from Super Smash Bros. Games, and it's still not over. We're getting more.
Yeah.
We will see more announcements leading up to the final launch on December 7th. So that game really impressed me, the speed, the pace, how much they improved some characters, that the mechanics have been changed, and it's mostly changed for the better. It's not only we're throwing all these characters, we're throwing all these stages, no, we're improving the game and trying to bridge in every Smash fan, whether you're from Melee, Wii U, Brawl, this is a game for you.
Now, I got a question. So you played it plenty of times this week, right?
Oh,
Both of you guys. All of us have played it.
I've
times.
played a ton of
Now,
times.
graphically, yeah, it looks a lot better. But what I think a lot of the core Smash fans are looking at here is the touches that they're doing to make it feel more competitive. Like, there's a lot of new things. They're changing up how you do shields, how you do dodges, how you do jumping. But one of my favorite things that I noticed from Smash was the smashing mechanic, where you hit somebody, like, they don't fly as far as they can anymore. There's like a weight to it. And then, like, they could come back. I feel like that really changes the dynamic of a match now these days, where you actually, like, you can't just go to, like, 50 and then you just do a really hard charge, or you just do one real quick side smash and you're gone. Now you got to actually knock them to 100, 110 just to get them out.
Yeah.
And then you got that KO mechanic that's even cool, too.
But then again, they have balanced that kind of, because you deal much more damage than previously. And that means you get much faster to that number that you mentioned here, 100, 120. And then when you reach that number, you knock them rather
That's
hard,
when a game
hard
starts
out.
getting a little bit more, like, it feels more intimate. It feels more like you're actually, like, in a tournament match every single match. And that's what I like
That's
about it.
something much, much shorter.
Dude, the mindset of people, they're
I mean,
like,
you can adjust that time though.
Yeah.
the strategy changes and
But I was
everything.
in
It's
stock
amazing.
Right, exactly.
Stock battles,
Well, and then Conrad, what was your other game you wanted to talk
Other
about?
game is obviously Cyberpunk 2077. I'm a huge fan of CD Projekt Red. I have been for a very, very long time. That's in many ways Polish pride. It's the biggest pride of our country. And what I saw was just mind-blowing. It's a game that essentially is the first real next-gen title that we have gotten to see the demo of. Of course, it was behind closed doors because you had some glitches and bugs here and there. That's why they didn't want to show it, unfortunately.
Super pre-alpha.
Yeah,
super
I would say
pre-alpha.
that. But it was incredibly impressive, despite all of that. The technicality, how they have integrated the NPC mechanics they had in The Witcher 3, but applied it to a huge city and on so many different layers. The huge weapon variety, the different ways you can approach a mission and how you solve them. It's not only the dialogue trees that you had in The Witcher, it's actually the way you go into the battle that also have an impact on
Very
the game
interesting.
and what will happen. So
Kind of reminds me a lot about like kind of how Spider-Man was being shown off this year and last year's E3. Like the way you interact with them in the first place also dictates how that combat or how that stage is going to go, or not stage in Spider-Man, but you know what I mean, like
That's
The scenario.
Yeah,
but,
that scenario is going to go.
but it's in typical CD Projekt style that
Right.
it's not only that mission that will be impacted.
Yeah.
It has also consequences later on in the game.
And that's truly
and that
unique.
is mind-blowing.
Yeah.
I have
And
a
the
question
fact that
here.
this is in first person kind of gets me a little more
Is
excited.
it really
Yeah,
first
yeah,
person?
it is.
Yeah,
That's interesting.
You would think it would be third person since like all their games.
Every
have been
game, well, every game is really like third person. You got like Last of Us and all those are just third person
Exactly,
other
but
games. It's
they're-
really crazy. They're
but they're
going first
making
person.
they're making this first person, and I think I like that better because a lot of people have like one of the big complaints about The Witcher 3 is how Geralt controls
Yeah.
the main character, and I kind of see why. He's a little hard to get used to, but like making it first person, I feel like it kind of does fix that problem, and maybe it also helps with, I don't know how, I'm not a huge expert in game development, maybe it also helps with the power too, because you're not displaying the character like on screen, and it's just like, because this game, they said they're targeting current gen consoles with this too.
I was about
think
to
they
ask
also
that.
said they might have also said they're targeting next gen as well.
Yeah.
I was
Yeah.
going to ask
This is
Conrad that right
this
now.
is definitely a next-gen game, seen by the technicality. I wouldn't say that the graphics are so mind-blowing as you might have expected, but it looks like they are aiming for something different with this
It's just
game.
an
and that is
incredibly
they
identical.
want
Yeah.
to create a technical masterpiece.
Ambitious title. Okay, because I was
Everything
actually going to ask you if you
is next
believe
gen.
that it's going to be here this generation or the next generation.
I personally think that it will be pushed to next gen.
I think it's going to be both. Cause
Yeah,
they
that's
said-
what I was thinking. They're going to Twilight Princess
maybe,
the
but
hell
I
out
just
of
don't
it.
see a console like PlayStation 4 or Xbox One baseline models playing this. I feel this is just a little bit too high for those systems.
Yeah.
We'll see.
Well-
even Witcher 3 was a very tall order
Right.
for the PS4.
Witcher 3 runs like a
This
nightmare
game
on
is
PS4.
just Witcher 3, but it
with
ranked to 11.
buildings and cities and stuff.
Well, moving on with our favorite games, Alan, what was your top game of the show?
I have to agree with Conrad. I gotta say Smash.
Really?
Like, okay, let's just trail back here. Who's got the medal?
Right, you got the Rudy's got the chalk.
Gosh. Okay, so they a little context there. I won one of the base tournaments for the sessions. They have sessions where you had to set up appointments if you came to E3. So you had these sessions for Glory and then for just non-competitive. For Glory, if you had to go up the ringer, if you went up the ladder and you got to the finals, you'd win yourself a whole slew of stuff like a hat, a towel, a pin, and at the end, if you win the finals, you get a medal. I got the medal.
Nice.
And obviously that shows off how competitive I am really in life. So
Well,
Smash.
if you could win, I know I can definitely
Oh,
win.
how dare you! We'll figure this out.
I played
We'll
for
figure this
fun
out.
just so I could try out because I've had the feeling there was gonna.
Once you get knocked out once, you're done playing.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
I can see why non-competitive would be a good idea to
Right.
get it more of initiative. Luckily,
Well, and also I knew there was gonna be some kind of new item announced, and they did with the fake Smash Ball.
it's really different. They already said 75 stages, 66 characters. Who knows how many modes yet? I have the firm belief that we're gonna have every mode from every Smash, really,
Yeah.
or all the good ones at the very
Yeah.
least. You know, we're gonna get the Trophy Rush. We're gonna get hopefully the classic mode back. We're hopefully gonna get break the targets, board the platform,
break the
Smash
targets, though.
Run, Smash
And
Tour.
I think we're getting expansive single player because the way you unlock
Yeah. Yes.
characters, we begin. It's a celebration of the
Yeah.
20th anniversary of Smash,
Yes,
and we
exactly.
begin obviously with the original roster of characters that were found in Super.
Are you thinking what I'm thinking with that then? Subspace Emissary 2?
That's no okay.
I
So
think
you remember
that's
the
maybe
trailer?
too ambitious, but I think they will do
Okay.
something in between adventure mode and subspace.
You remember,
Okay.
yeah, exactly. Because you remember in the trailer, they're like, you start off with these characters, but
Like the
eventually,
original roster.
yeah, the original roster, but more join the fight when you later on. And I'm like, okay, this gives me the firm belief that it's not going to be like how you unlock some of the characters in like Brawl and stuff.
How upset would you be if it came like, okay, well, Snake and Ridley, like these 5 characters are available 3 weeks after launch?
I'd hate that.
That would be so terrible,
I
would it
wanted the
not?
Mewtwo. I want one character as the Mewtwo method. That's
Oh,
all I
man.
want. You got to leave
Because
your
you have to
guy.
admit that the 65 announced characters so far, that's a big package. That's
It's
a
tall
lot
order.
of value.
$65 for that
Yeah,
too.
yeah. So you're getting a lot of value with your playtime. I mean, Smash has always been that kind
The
of.
last Smash
kind of
on the
game.
Wii U put me up to at least around 300 to 400
Oh, yeah,
hours.
exactly.
Easily on the Wii U. And now you got the Switch where you could take that anywhere. You could take that to church. You could take that to your first communion.
me to
you could take it
church.
to your baptism when you're 2 years old.
Are
Anything's
you saying
possible.
Christian things because this is a Christian channel or what?
What?
Take it to your
Well,
your
maybe
bar
we
mitzvah, your quinceañera. Who knows?
We forgot about Pokemon Let's Go. Let's see.
Yes.
I was not too impressed with that demo, let me tell you.
They showed Viridian Forest off.
That was it.
That was it. You couldn't
Just
go
that.
any farther than that. You could see it in the Treehouse event. You could go a little farther than that, right
You
up
could
to where you get.
literally beat that demo in 5 minutes or less.
Yes.
It was very boring.
Thank you so much for tuning in for this week's episode of Soups On. Make sure you subscribe to Super Gaming to continue the discussion. And if you enjoyed the discussion here on Super Gaming, make sure you leave a like on the video and comment down below what you want to see in the future on Soups On. And until next time, my friends, I'll see you online. Vanilla Soup out.